Hey guys, I know I haven't uploaded in a while, and allow me to rant about the rocket truck, the MLRS. So, my base 3 wipes ago was destroyed by the rocket truck before I could make a video, and I believe February, maybe it was January, I can't remember. I got raided 4 times before I could make a video. No, they didn't succeed. Jesus! No, they didn't succeed. But still, they blew up all my RP stuff, so that's really frustrating. And then, I've been playing, but I just haven't made any bases that I felt like were actually worth making a video for, so thanks for your patience. This wipe, I haven't been rocket trucked yet. I feel like it's coming soon, so here we are, making the video. Go ahead and getting it out. I live with Oxum this wipe. I live in my base with my brother and my fiance Bree. My brother's name is Jeremy. And I really like this base. And it's right outside of Oxum's. And here it is. I didn't think I was gonna get to the point where I would have a base that I felt like I should load to YouTube this wipe, but it happened, and sometimes it just happens like that. I'll start adding a few things, and it all comes together. You can see it kind of sprawls over to the right. I have a respawn shack over here for the team with beds in it for the shorter respawn. Spoiler alert, there's a lot of suicide bunkers in this base, so we have to respawn a lot. I love the bases that have the kind of like the walkways and the terraces and such. The interesting verticality to them. I have horsies. We have the auto turrets behind the chain link as usual on Peacekeeper. We have a farm this wipe. It doubles as a disconnectable external TC, you can see. Goes up to the main base over there. This farm is actually a secret loot room, or not so secret loot room. So, you know, if they want to blow that room right there is a square, and it's fully armored, and we pass loot in and out through the drop boxes. So yes, it's the TC for the farm, but it's also loot storage. And with the missile truck these days, you got to separate your loot, because you don't know how the raiders are going to attack your base, because they just YOLO with the missile truck and then go from there. So it's really hard to build bases that have specific design elements in them, because the missile truck is just going to do what it wants and blow up whatever part of your base that it wants to, you know? So it's spreading out your loot into external bunkers. You know, there's loot in that external TC over there. There's loot in this disconnectable external TC that also doubles as a shop and a furnace base here. You have to separate out your loot these days, because you never know what's going to happen to your base. Same thing with this windmill here. So if you're wondering how I built the windmill so close without it being disconnectable, so the building privilege is like a dome over your base. I'm sure y'all have seen on build servers, it goes like a dome over your base. And if you go on top of the dome, if you build up high enough to where you're over the dome, you can actually build an external TC really close to your base, because you're outside of the privilege. Now, that does mean you have to get into some shenanigans, like putting the TC up here. A little precarious at times. So, it does mean you have to do stuff like this, but, you know, you can do it. And raiders aren't going to usually look for the TC up in the air like this. So I was able to build a windmill really close to the base that way. This also serves as another suicide bunker, one of 2 armored suicide bunkers, or one of 3. So, you know, we're already at, let's see, 35, 40 rockets just to get the loot that's in there. And we haven't even touched the main base yet. This, the wind turbine over here, I'm using the TC behind the vending machine trick. So, you know, this is just a triangle. Just one triangle here. And, you know, there's no rooms up there, so obviously you have, the TC must be in here. But there's no bag, so how do you get in there? Well, if you just look through the vending machine, you can store valuables in here, and, you know, store your upkeep in there, and you know, vending machines are super duper strong, so that they're stronger than any of the doors. So it's a nice place to store stuff and have a nice external TC or a wind turbine. Let's go inside. This is main base. It's a 2x2. It uses all of the available honeycomb for storage, because there's no reason not to, with the old missile truck these days especially. The TC there, some furnaces. Also, I apologize for the screen tearing. For some reason, and I don't know, this started maybe a couple of months ago. I usually play with VSync, and I know, Jesus, just hear me out, I usually play with VSync because the input lag is not that bad. I swear it's not that bad. But 2 months ago, whenever I had VSync on, the input lag was just atrocious, to where I noticed it like really, really bad. So I haven't been able to fix it so far. I've tried all the different refresh stuff, all the, you know, the FreeSync and the G-Sync and all that stuff, and I haven't been able to fix it. So anyway, that's why I have screen tearing going, is because I have VSync completely off right now. Here's our battery room with sleeping bags. One interesting thing about this window here, I mean, you can see in it, it's our water storage, right? Just the water storage. Well, there's also... This is a water storage tank, but if you look closely, and you have to look very closely, there's also boxes underneath. And if you hit it just right, you can store extra stuff in there. And the raiders are unlikely to look at this water storage tank and be like, boy, I'm thirsty. Boys, let's blow this armored window so we can get some drink. Like, that's not going to happen. And with the window on here, you can't even see the boxes. So unless it takes residual splash damage from rockets or the missile truck, which, you know, that's definitely possible, but unless it does that, if someone raids through the doors, they're not going to blow this just to have a look at the water tank. So it's a safe place to store stuff. I like using all the available space in the base for storage. For example, no one's going to raid this base from the top down. We're going to assume that it's armored and honeycomb from the top, so I put storage up here. If you know that they're not going to come in through the top, then use the space, you know? And take a look at this puppy at nighttime. This thing really comes to life at night. Awesome. I put the, you see the the red LED lights at the top of the wind turbines? I put those because I like to think in my mind that maybe someone won't run into them with a minicopter because they didn't see it. I know that is just me being funny, but I like it. I like it, so I do it. There's my brother Jeremy, chilling out, watching the action unfold at Oxum's. Got some more auto turrets here. There's actually a loot room up there. I'll show you all that right now. Through the awkward triangle ladder hatch. There's a loot room here. No, it's not the most secure thing, I know that. They can just jackhammer the bottom through the middle if they wanted to, or they can just blow the, the really weak windows out. I realized that. They're empty! I love this garage door, by the way. One of the new ones from the streaming event. Great job, whichever artist made that. This is Ye Old Furnace, using the triangle roof trick so that you can fully enclose a furnace without using the floor grills. And Papa MP5 turret protecting. Go around back here. Got more loot rooms up here. Hangout spot, the chill zone, if you will. And more loot. I'm just gonna close that door. And the advantage of having so many loot rooms like this is if someone does decide to raid your base, it's really difficult for them to figure out where they should be targeting. Because and that's why I make loot rooms in my base visible. You know, you can see the boxes through all the windows and stuff. Whenever raiders can see boxes, they don't know what to do. They're like, is this, you know, what am I looking at here? What do I do? Am I supposed to raid that? What if? And then, you know, the what if analysis paralysis kicks in, and sometimes they just won't even raid you because they don't know what to do. Here are Sunny and Roscoe. Refinery. And the shop over here, which has been very lucrative, made about, I'd say probably 700 high quality profit for us this wipe. I sell things, so whenever you're making a shop to sell things on a Rust server, you want to sell things that are far down in the tech tree, but stuff that people really need. So, you know, things like SARS, weapon flashlight, silencers. I mean, you know, weapon flashlight and silencer are tier 1 items on the tier 1 tech tree, but they're really far down. So you don't want to sell stuff that you can get at the top of the tech tree, like med pens. Back in the day, they used to sell like hotcakes, but now the med pens are really close to the top of the tech tree, and you have to have a tier 2 to craft a med pen. So if you have to have a tier 2 and you know it's at the top of the tree, nobody's going to buy it. So sell stuff that's far down the tree so that people will take your shortcut and buy it so they don't have to go down the tree themselves. The external TC serves as loot storage as well. And another external TC over here. You see the respawn point over here has really come to life at night. It has its own dedicated power. In real life, me and my fiance actually sleep together. We don't actually sleep in separate bedrooms like old people. Or like those people in some of the articles I read, there's like a new age thing of sleeping separately because you get better sleep. Not happening. I'm not doing that. I don't have a name for this base this swipe, so I apologize. I don't have some trademarked cool name like the Infuriator or the Oxum's Revenge, or actually, you know what? Oxum's Revenge is kind of cool. Okay, fine. This base is named Oxum's Revenge. I wasn't going to, but it just kind of popped in my head. So this base is called Oxum's Revenge. Let's take a look at it from the top of Oxum's. Oh, that's cool. This will conclude the base tour, guys. I really appreciate you tuning in, and I promise to make a video that won't take another 4 or 5 months like last time. See you on the next one.